gates of the unknown, where the logic breathes and the data flows. We question what the code has shown, and spark the light when no one goes. Clearly learned voices collide.
Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine looking out into a sea of faces at a sold-out concert, the roar of the crowd, just this physical wave against your chest, right? And suddenly, in the hypnotic strobe lights, you see them. Not just a fan, but a ghost from your fifth grade crush. That electrifying, stomach-lurching, impossible moment is precisely where our deep dive begins today.
It really is fascinating, isn't it? The sheer psychological impact. How quickly a familiar, almost forgotten face can just disrupt the carefully constructed realities of our adult lives.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into the compelling narrative of First Love Miles Later. It's an upcoming romance novel from our partners at Bald and Bonkers Network, LLC. And our mission really is to explore the emotional journey of the main characters, Derek and Alyssa.
Right.
We'll be dissecting that intricate dance of rekindled love, looking at the often brutal realities of demanding careers, and also the enduring power of connection across vast distances, all through the lens of this unique story.
It certainly presents a powerful narrative of commitment. I mean, it really digs into how much we're truly willing to fight for a connection that feels undeniably right, even when life throws every possible obstacle in the way. So you'll discover not just the surprising facts about long-distance relationships, maybe some humor in navigating those unexpected turns, but also those profound aha moments that come from two people choosing each other again and again. We'll try and apply some real-world relational insights to their fictional journey. So the novel just throws us right into this electric moment. Derek, he's a rock musician. He's on stage in Ogden, Utah. And the scene is incredibly vivid. You can almost feel it. Like the book says, the roar of the crowd was a physical thing, a wave crashing against Derek's chest as he launched into the second verse of Ghost Town. It's another sold-out show, another city blurring into the relentless rhythm of touring. Yet tonight, something completely unexpected shifts at the edge of his vision.
And it's not just a fleeting glance, is it? It's more like a cognitive disruption.
Yeah.
In that whole sea of faces, he sees her, Alyssa, from Mrs. Henderson's fifth grade class, of all places.
Great.
Right. The novel describes this memory hitting him like a rogue wave, just totally disorienting him. And it momentarily eclipses that raw adrenaline of performance. It's a really powerful illustration of how deeply ingrained those early memories can be, just ready to surface with this potent emotional force.
What truly is, it says the years just melt away, leaving only the sharp image of her bright, inquisitive eyes. That impossibly long braid she used to have, remember those? Swinging like a pendulum.
Oh, yeah.
And that shy smile that apparently could melt glaciers. And her laughter. It used to light up the classroom like a small, contained sun. The narrative really emphasizes he hadn't really thought about her in years. He tucked her away in that special box of childhood memories labeled unattainable. But now she's impossibly real, breathtakingly beautiful.
So what happens psychologically when someone from such a foundational past just suddenly appears in your present like that? Well, psychologically, it's an immediate challenge to Derek's established adult identity and his emotional regulation, his whole carefully constructed stage persona, that cool, collected frontman. It threatens to crumble under the weight of this unexpected reunion.
Right.
He stumbles over a lyric. His voice cracks just slightly. His fingers fumble on the guitar strings. Tiny things, probably unnoticed by the audience, but absolutely monumental for him. This isn't just distraction. It's a profound reevaluation of his internal landscape, really.
Wow.
The image of Alyssa becomes, as the book puts it, a mesmerizing siren song, pulling him away from the performance. His heart's hammering this frantic rhythm against his ribs. It really speaks to the deep, almost primal imprint that first crushes or significant early connections can leave on our subconscious. They're capable of triggering this instant emotional reset.
So he finishes the song, applause washing over him, but his mind is already miles away, just replaying that moment of recognition. Throughout the encore, he's watching her surreptitiously, noticing the way she sways to the music, looking up at him with this unreadable expression. He feels a jolt of electricity as he tries to decipher it. Is it recognition, surprise, or, like the book hints, something else, maybe a deeper resonance? The thought that this could be more than just a fleeting moment after all these years feels reckless, bold, almost impossible. Yet there's this warmth spreading through him, this joy thrumming in his heart. It feels incredibly real. It signals a profound shift.
And this is where the narrative truly pivots, doesn't it? from just serendipity to conscious action. As the final note fades, this nervous energy just thrums through Derek. He hesitates, consumed by the need to know if she remembers him, if this is even real.
Yeah, the doubt must be huge.
Absolutely. He feels the familiar flutter of stage fright, but it's not for performing. It's for something far more profound, reconnecting with this ghost from his past. It's a confrontation with a potential future, really. The quiet of the backstage area contrasts so sharply with the explosive concert, which mirrors the reawakening in Derek's heart.
And then Alyssa makes the bold move. She shows what we might call active agency, right? She stands up, pushes past people, her eyes fixed on him. She moves with a grace that belied the courage it must have taken, a determination that resonated with him. She doesn't hesitate or look back, just heads straight for him. The novel emphasizes that the weight of years, of misconnections, of unspoken feelings, all just melt away in that moment. All that remains is the electrifying possibility of a second chance, a connection reignited in the most unexpected of places. This shift in momentum from Derek's internal struggle to Alyssa's decisive action, it's quite telling, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It highlights a common dynamic in rekindled romances. Often one person needs to bridge that initial gap. When she reaches him, her breath catches slightly. He notices this faint blush, the nervous flutter of her hands. Her eyes meet his with this mixture of surprise and hesitant hope. The physical stillness backstage, again, contrasts so sharply with the concert just moments before. It's a dramatic shift mirroring the reawakening in his heart. This initial awkwardness, paradoxically, it reinforces the authenticity of the moment. It shows genuine emotion, not some practiced ease.
And then the first words, after years apart, she softly, breathlessly asks, "Derek?" And just that sound, his name spoken by her after all this time, it sends a jolt of electricity through him. It's described as a whisper, yet it held the weight of 1,000 unspoken words, a lifetime of possibilities, all compressed into that single sound.
And his reply is just a rough echo. "Alyssa?" The surprise is mutual, undeniable. The years, the differences in their lives, they just seem to melt away. For Derek, this isn't just the shy, quiet girl from 5th grade anymore. She's beautiful, yes, stunning in fact, but there was also a strength in her eyes, a self-assuredness that hinted at a life lived fully.
But he still sees the old her, too.
Exactly. Yet that trace of that shy, endearing girl, and a flicker of the same vulnerability he remembered, it resonated unexpectedly with him. It suggests that the core of her personality, the one he was drawn to as a child, was still profoundly present.
And Alyssa's initial impressions of him are just as revealing. He looks different, obviously, older, more defined, his boyish charm replaced by a confident charisma that radiated from him like heat. Yet that same captivating twinkle remained, a spark of recognition igniting warmth in her chest. She feels this wave of dizziness, the surprise threatening to overwhelm her. It's not just the recognition, it's that familiar flutter in her stomach, echoing her 11-year-old self. It truly feels like a collision of past and present, a bizarre and beautiful confluence of time and circumstance.
And they both express disbelief, right? I hear.
Oh, yeah, Bob, it's you.
You mean either.
Yeah.
The urge to touch, to confirm reality, is incredibly strong for Derek. It's like this primal need to bridge that temporal gap.
Yeah.
They just stand there, the silence filled only with the hum of the empty venue and the frantic rhythm of their hearts. It's a moment suspended in time, charged with unspoken emotions, a delicate balance between familiarity and wonder. This blending of past and present is such a powerful psychological anchor. It offers both the comfort of the familiar and the excitement of the new. Really sets the stage for their renewed connection. ### rediscovering old feelings, the first date and beyond.
Okay, so moving on from that initial electric reunion, we find them having their first real date. They're in this comfortable place, Trattoria Bella Luna. You can almost smell the aroma of garlic, herbs, and simmering tomato sauce in the softly lit restaurant. Derek, surprisingly, feels this surge of calm. His anxiety is replaced by quiet excitement. And Alyssa, looking radiant, mirrors his calm. Her initial nervousness seems overshadowed by this comfortable anticipation. It suggests an almost immediate sense of ease, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. What's remarkable is how quickly their conversation flows, establishing this comfortable rhythm. It's effortless, natural. They talk about their lives, their work, their families, the mundane details that often formed the bedrock of a deeper connection. This ease speaks to a deeper compatibility, and perhaps a kind of foundational connection that isn't dependent on shared recent experiences. Alyssa shares her experiences in the demanding world of fashion, detailing her battles with self-doubt and the pressure of maintaining a carefully crafted image. She shows vulnerability pretty early on.
And Derek reciprocates, right? He opens up about his life on the road. The relentless touring schedule, the isolation, but also the camaraderie and those moments of sheer exhilaration that make it all worthwhile.
Right.
He also touches on the sacrifices and the moments of doubt. And Alyssa listens with this profound sense of admiration and understanding. This mutual disclosure of vulnerabilities seems really key to their rapid deepening connection.
Indeed. As the evening progresses, they reveal shared vulnerabilities. They confess to a string of disappointing dates and brief encounters that never really blossomed into anything substantial. This shared understanding highlights a universal challenge, finding lasting connections within their fast-paced, often demanding lives. It's a classic example of shared struggle fostering rapid intimacy. Their mutual frustrations validate their individual experiences and create this sense of we're in this together.
And the conversation naturally flows even deeper, doesn't it? To their hopes, their dreams, their fears. They speak of the uncertainties of their careers and the desire for something more substantial than fleeting connections. It flows so organically. It's as if they've spent a lifetime sharing such intimate thoughts. It's almost as if the past provided this pre-existing trust, allowing them to bypass the usual awkwardness of getting to know someone new.
And then the pivotal moment arrives. Derek confesses the unexpected rekindling of a childhood crush he experienced upon seeing Alyssa again.
Big moment.
Huge. And Alyssa reciprocates, confessing the equally unexpected reawakening of her own long-held feelings. Now, this isn't just about nostalgia. This is about two individuals recognizing a foundational connection that, despite years apart, never truly faded. This raises an important question. What unseen forces or deep-seated needs might draw us back to our earliest connections? Perhaps it's the comfort of known history, or maybe a subconscious recognition of deeply compatible core values that were evident even back in childhood. It suggests a profound recognition of almost a soulmate-like bond, one that was simply dormant.
That's beautifully put. And this whirlwind of stolen glances, lingering phone calls, culminates in Derek suggesting a walk in the park. It's autumn, described as crisp and cool, with leaves forming a vibrant tapestry of reds, oranges, and golds. They find a secluded bench, the park nearly deserted, creating this kind of liminal space where time seems suspended.
Derek turns to Alyssa, his eyes reflecting the setting sun. He sees a vulnerability in her that tugs at his heart. He reaches out, his fingers lightly tracing the curve of her cheek. This simple gesture seems to suspend time as the world outside just fades away.
Oh, wow.
Alyssa leans into his touch, feeling a surge of warmth, a sense of belonging, this profound feeling of finally being home. Her heart is pounding. The kiss, when it happens, is described as tender, lingering, the culmination of years of longing. It's a validation of everything they had both felt, a confirmation of a connection that feels both familiar and exhilaratingly new. It's the physical manifestation of that deep, reawakened connection.
And in the immediate aftermath, the car ride home feels strangely short, like a blur of replayed moments. Alyssa replays the evening in her mind, every detail vividly etched. She texts him, these brief messages filled with casual banter to disguise the excitement, but even those short exchanges leave her breathless. His replies are equally short, a subtle dance of playful conversation that both masks and reveals their mutual attraction. There's a hesitant sweetness to their interactions, a careful testing of the waters that's still laced with this potent emotion.
Then comes the phone call, casual yet warm, where Derek suggests coffee. Alyssa arrives early at this small, intimate cafe, fidgeting nervously with her phone, her stomach twisting into knots.
Been there.
Right. The novel describes Derek's entrance as causing the world seem to slow down. He looks even more handsome, his eyes crinkling as he smiles. This predate anxiety, followed by that sense of the world slowing down, it highlights the intense focus and attentional bias that new, strong connections create.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. That coffee shop meeting isn't just a follow-up, it's a confirmation of something profound. They effortlessly bridge the gap between their childhood selves and their present lives. They talk for hours, sharing stories, jokes, memories, laughing at shared anecdotes that solidify the bond they've been forging. What stands out to you about how seamlessly they reconnected? It's almost as if no time has passed, despite the vastly different lives they've led.
What stands out is that deep-seated compatibility and comfort they found in each other's presence. It's remarkable. It suggests that while our external lives can diverge significantly, those core personality traits, values, and shared foundational experiences from childhood, they can provide an incredibly strong magnetic pull. In relationship psychology, this points to a concept sometimes called foundational attraction. The initial connection creates a kind of blueprint that subsequent experiences can build upon. This allows them to quickly establish a new, deeper rapport that leverages that existing history, rather than building from scratch. It's really a testament to the power of authentic connection that doesn't just rely on superficial commonalities, but on a deeper resonance of identity and shared history.
Okay, so as their romance blossoms, the reality of their demanding careers quickly sets in. The initial euphoria of Derek's visit starts to fade, replaced by the jarring contrast of his tour life. The tour bus, it rattled along the highway, a stark counterpoint to the quiet anticipation that had filled his life just days ago.
Right.
Utah, which was this backdrop for stolen glances and whispered promises, now feels like an expanse of endless road stretching between him and Alyssa. That initial excitement of their first few dates is replaced by a gnawing sense of distance, this constant low-level anxiety.
And this immediately highlights the concept of proximity bias in relationships, that inherent challenge of maintaining connection when physical closeness is removed. His phone becomes a lifeline, yes, but also a fragile connection to the life he left behind. He scrolls through their text messages again and again, each word a precious jewel. Their exchanges are described as a carefully choreographed dance of unspoken longing.
Wow.
And while technology connects them, it also serves as a cruel reminder of their separation. Each delayed message or missed call becomes a painful stab of loneliness, underscoring the limitations of digital connect, fully replicating that in-person intimacy.
The impact of this emotional shift is also evident in Derek's music, isn't it? He finds himself pouring his emotions into his music, the lyrics infused with a bittersweet longing and an unspoken plea that somehow transcended the miles. Even his bandmates, like Liam, notice the shift. They sense a new vulnerability and depth of emotion that wasn't there before. Derek even admits to Liam that it's complicated, which shows how even creative outlets become vessels for processing these relational challenges.
And the challenges of communication become really clear. Derek finds these pockets of time, late-night calls, brief video calls, quick text exchanges that are precious moments, fragile threads that weave a connection through the vast distance.
You have to grab them when you can.
Exactly. He learns to savor these fleeting encounters, each one a beacon in the storm of his busy life. This illustrates the emotional labor involved in maintaining long-distance relationships, where intentional effort is required just to sustain what might come naturally in closer proximity.
And from Alyssa's perspective, she misses his warmth, the comfort of his presence. Her days feel empty without their shared laughter and stolen glances. She pours her energy into her work, using the demand of her career as a temporary distraction from the longing she felt. It's a common coping mechanism, isn't it? To just dive into work when faced with those emotional voids.
Absolutely. It's a way to manage the emotional discomfort that comes with absence. But despite the brevity of their interactions, they find shared solace in the smallest of things. A shared playlist, a quick text, a photo from a dream destination. These become the glue that held their connection together, the vital links in a chain that stretched across states and time zones.
Yeah.
The novel makes a powerful point here. These challenges only strengthen their resolve. Their shared determination becomes a silent promise that their love would overcome the obstacles. Theirs truly becomes a digital love story, but one built on very real, intentional effort.
Alyssa's demanding career further illustrates this strain. One week, she's in Milan for a high-fashion campaign, surrounded by breathtaking architecture. Yet the beauty feels hollow without Derek. She takes countless pictures, not for work, but for him, these silent messages of the Duomo or a simple cafe. The next week, she's in New York City. The pace is frenetic. Her phone a source of both connection and frustration due to missed calls and unanswered messages. It highlights that double-edged sword of technology and LDRs.
And this relentless pace is profoundly influenced by her agent, Veronica. Veronica constantly reminds Alyssa of her potential, pushing her to be relentless in the cutthroat modeling world. Veronica sees Alyssa's resilience, a determination that set her apart, which fuels Alyssa's drive even as she struggles with the toll it takes on her personal life. It's a classic conflict between individual ambition and relational needs.
Meanwhile, Derek is scrolling through Alyssa's photos, each one a small window into her life. His replies are these blurry shots from the tour bus, attempts to convey the energy, the excitement. Video calls become cherished moments of intimacy where they share glimpses into their separate worlds, trying to bridge that visual and experiential gap.
And their longing is expressed in these raw, vulnerable messages. This photo, it's beautiful, you're beautiful. And her swift reply, I miss you. more than words can say. Derek even picks up his guitar, weaving a melody that mirrors his feelings, and sends Alyssa a song he wrote just for her, a profoundly personal gift. Her response: a voice night singing along to his melody. It's a connection forged across the miles through shared creative expression. This demonstrates creative communication, finding those non-traditional ways to express intimacy and presence.
It's incredible how they persevere using these innovative methods. They navigate the distance with patience, understanding, and a shared commitment. They discover that the truest connections were not measured in proximity, but in the consistent effort and intentionality they poured into their bond. The technology that initially bridged their gap becomes a symbol of their enduring connection, not just a tool. Their digital love story is really a testament to the tenacity of love in the face of distance and these busy lives. Hashtag, facing challenges, external pressures, and internal doubts.
But despite their perseverance, external pressures and internal doubts quickly start to test their bond. Alyssa experiences this directly when she meets Liam, Derek's lead guitarist. His tone, though it's casual, is subtly challenging, filled with a sharp edge that she definitely notices.
Oh no.
Yeah. His words become subtle barbs, triggering a deep-seated fear of not being good enough within her. This encounter transforms Alyssa's usually self-assured facade into this potent cocktail of emotions, confusion, insecurity, and self-doubt. This is a classic example of perceived relational devaluation, where even subtle cues from a partner's social circle can trigger feelings of inadequacy or insecurity in the new partner.
That sounds unnerving. And Derek has his own unsettling encounter, right, with a fan named Sarah. She's described as intensely enthusiastic, bordering on overwhelming, with an unsettling admiration and unnerving level of familiarity with his lyrics. She even gives him a stalkerish song she wrote about us, which leaves Derek feeling physically ill. His polite but firm refusal doesn't deter her persistence. It's a stark reminder of the unique pressures that come with public life.
And this encounter makes Derek question his own actions and highlights the precariousness of his relationship with Alyssa. He feels a pang of guilt and this seed of doubt about how his lifestyle could jeopardize their connection. He realizes that simply dismissing such fervent fans isn't enough. It demands more conscious effort and communication with Alyssa. This is crucial, recognizing that external factors require active, internal management and transparent communication with your partner.
And this leads to a moment of really crucial open communication. Later that night, Derek calls Alyssa. He confesses the unsettling Sarah incident, and Alyssa's response is remarkably calm and reassuring. It shows a high degree of emotional maturity. She says, "It sounds unsettling, Derek, but it doesn't change how I feel about you. It's just a reminder of the complexities of your life." And then she asserts, "I can handle this so long as we face this together." It's a powerful moment of trust where she offers validation and a shared commitment to navigating challenges.
But not all challenges are external, are they? The first major fight happens over a missed call. It's not a shouting match, but this simmering resentment fueled by unanswered texts and a growing sense of disconnect. Both are swamped by their careers, leading to accusations and anxieties.
Yeah, that sounds familiar for LDRs.
Exactly. This fight forces them to confront the weight of our long-distance relationship, particularly the fear of drifting apart, and that feeling of being overlooked and unseen. This is a classic example of communication entropy in LDRs, where without the subtle, nonverbal cues of in-person interaction, minor slights can quickly snowball due to misinterpretation or feelings of neglect.
And this becomes a turning point for learning and adapting. After a period of retreating into their shells, Derek sends Alyssa a silent apology via a new song, a virtual gift that speaks volumes. This prompts them to start proactively scheduling regular check-ins, consciously differentiating between healthy personal space and unhealthy detachment. They learn that communication isn't just about quantity, but quality and intentionality, specifically about establishing clear communication protocols in an LDR context.
And this leads to new, more creative forms of connection. They start a joint online journal, a shared space for vulnerability and intimacy, where they document their daily lives and inner thoughts.
That's a great idea.
Isn't it? They begin physical exchanges beyond simple gifts, send each other favorite candy and a signed poster, creating tangible reminders of their bond. They even create virtual shared experiences like virtual concerts and cooking together. This raises an important question. How do we define intimacy when physical proximity is removed? What they're doing, these creative ways of connecting, are building a new framework for being present in each other's lives. It's a powerful testament to the human need for connection despite physical barriers. It demonstrates that intimacy can be cultivated in diverse forms, not just physical.
Absolutely. And as a conclusion to these challenges, the novel emphasizes that these trials serve as opportunities for growth. They deepen their understanding of each other and strengthen their bond. Their love grew stronger, deeper, more resilient, a testament to their unwavering commitment and capacity for adaptation. It highlights that the relationship wasn't just surviving, but actively evolving. Okay, now let's explore how their personal worlds begin to intertwine. This is always a big step, right? Starting with Derek meeting Alyssa's family. He experiences pre-dinner jitters stepping into her quaint childhood home, which is such a stark contrast to his tour life. But he's met at the door by Alyssa, and her smile instantly melts his anxieties. Her parents, Robert and Eleanor, greet him with open arms and genuine smiles.
Nice.
Robert, with a humorous chuckle, declares Derek the musician who's stolen our daughter's heart, and Eleanor possesses an infectious laugh that fills the entryway. It sets a very welcoming tone, suggesting a high level of family acceptance right from the start.
And that welcoming atmosphere is so crucial for a new relationship, especially when long distance is a factor. The dinner conversation is described as a tapestry woven with shared laughter, thoughtful questions, and engaging stories. Robert, a retired history professor, shares anecdotes, and Eleanor, a talented painter, describes her latest project. They show genuine curiosity in Derek's life, not just the glamorous aspects, but his everyday struggles and triumphs. They listen attentively as he talks about his music and his journey.
That's key, isn't it? Not just the highlight reel.
Exactly. This isn't just polite conversation. It's an active effort to integrate him into their family unit. It's a powerful form of social support for the nascent relationship.
And they offer powerful parental blessings, too. Eleanor looks at Derek with a warm, perceptive smile and affirms, Alyssa has always had a kind heart. She truly adores you.
Wow.
And Robert observes how Derek's eyes light up when he talks about her, confirming he brings Alyssa so much joy. These are subtle but incredibly impactful forms of validation, aren't they?
They absolutely are. Parental approval, particularly in established relationships, can significantly reduce external pressure and provide a foundation of confidence for the couple. This evening leads to a significant realization for Derek. He understands that true love wasn't just about two people, but about the intricate web of relationships that intertwine their lives. This profound connection with her family cements his belief in their shared future, recognizing the value of their wider support system.
Okay, next, it's Alyssa's turn to meet Derek's band. He takes her to their rehearsal space, a place that feels raw, unfiltered, and intensely creative. Alyssa feels a different kind of nervousness here. It's the heart of Derek's world, a different realm of music and creativity. This is a critical step in integrating worlds, moving beyond the individual connection to include each other's core social circles.
For sure. She's introduced to Liam, the drummer, whose energy matches his powerful percussion, with a wide, infectious smile and a mischievous twinkle in his eyes. Then there's Noah, the keyboardist, a calm and thoughtful musician who adds depth and complexity to their sound, offering a steadying presence amidst the band's vibrant energy. And there's this immediate, easy camaraderie as Liam launches into stories about disastrous gig stories and hilarious mishaps on tour. This casual, authentic welcome helps Alyssa feel at ease, bypassing the formality that might otherwise exist.
And Alyssa finds an unexpected sense of belonging amongst them. She shares anecdotes from her own life and modeling career, finding that the band listens attentively, responding with genuine interest. She's welcomed not as an outsider looking in, but as a member of their extended creative family, eventually earning the affectionate title of the honorary fifth member of the band. That kind of spontaneous acceptance from a partner's close friends is such a strong predictor of relationship success, isn't it?
It really is. And when we look at their broader family and friend support systems, it's quite nuanced and dynamic. Alyssa's mother, Eleanor, being an artist herself, is receptive and actively encouraging. She understands the demands of creative careers. Derek's parents, described as pragmatic and kind, initially expressed concern about his touring life, but after meeting Alyssa, their worries subside. They see her groundedness, a stability that complements his vibrant energy.
That's good.
Yeah. And Derek's younger sister, Emily, even sees Alyssa as a role model, further reinforcing the positive integration.
What about Alyssa's friends?
Alyssa's friends, a close-knit group of models and artists, are quickly charmed by Derek. They see his intelligence, his humor, and his respect for Alyssa's career. They genuinely embrace him as part of their group, fostering a sense of communal coping, where their friends become additional sources of support.
That's fantastic.
And similarly, Derek's friends, mostly fellow musicians, embrace Alyssa with open arms. They understand the demands of life on the road and appreciate her grounding influence. They even organize casual jam sessions that foster connection, making her feel truly part of the fabric of his life.
But this integration isn't entirely seamless, is it? There must be challenges in blending their worlds.
Oh, absolutely. The novel acknowledges that. Alyssa's friends are accustomed to elegant parties, exclusive events, and high-fashion gatherings, while Derek's world is this chaotic blend of smoky bars, bustling backstage areas. These differences, however, are framed as adding a unique spice to their dynamic. Derek's easygoing humor balances Alyssa's seriousness, and her sophistication adds elegance to his approach. It highlights how complementary differences can enrich partnership rather than divide it.
Then a significant hurdle arises. Alyssa's agency announces a career-defining moment in Paris, meaning months away from Derek.
Big test.
Huge. But both families and friends step up. They embrace technology to bridge the distance. Alyssa's friends organize video calls, and Derek's bandmates ensure he isn't isolated, proactively providing support. This moves beyond just passive acceptance to active facilitation of the relationship, which seems critical in LDRs.
Absolutely. And surprisingly, this separation actually strengthens their bond.
Yeah.
It allows them to miss each other, to crave each other's company, leading to heartfelt letters that become cherished keepsakes.
Mm-hmm.
These letters, filled with intimate details, become a profound form of intimacy, transcending physical distance and reinforcing their emotional connection through written disclosure.
Digging a bit deeper into Derek's family acceptance, his parents' reserved nature gives way to warmth. His younger sister, Chloe, bonds with Alyssa over fashion and social media. His mother even prepares Alyssa's favorite dessert, a gesture that speaks volumes. And a quiet understanding develops between Alyssa and his mother, demonstrating acceptance through acts of service and shared interests. His father finds a shared appreciation for photography with Alyssa, creating unexpected common ground.
And similarly, Alyssa's family's acceptance grows. Her mother's initial skepticism about Derek's less-than-stable career gradually fades as she witnesses his genuine depth and unwavering support. Derek's sincerity during a family dinner is described as a turning point, and her father offers a subtle nod of acknowledgement, signifying his approval. These are crucial social affirmations that reinforce the couple's bond.
The novel highlights this as a gradual process of families integrating through small gestures, shared meals, and meaningful conversations. Their combined support becomes the scaffolding upon which their love story was built, emphasizing that romantic love isn't just a dyadic phenomenon, right? It's deeply embedded in broader social systems.
Exactly. What's fascinating here is how the support networks aren't just passive cheerleaders. They actively participate in navigating the challenges, like that Paris campaign, by facilitating communication and providing emotional anchors. This isn't just a romance. It's really a testament to communal love and how external relationships can strengthen the core partnership, turning what could be obstacles into opportunities for deeper connection. It underscores the importance of having a strong social convoy for relationship resilience.
Okay, following the family introductions and that initial navigation of distance, Derek plans a surprise road trip back to Utah for Alyssa. It's envisioned as a much-needed respite after his grueling tour, meticulously planned, envisioning a day of hiking, breathtaking views. He sends her a photo of the sunrise, and her enthusiastic reply confirms her excitement for the adventure. It's an attempt to create a classic romantic escape, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A deliberate effort to foster shared experiences away from the pressures of their daily lives. The drive itself is an experience, with the vibrant hues shifting with the changing light of the red rock formations. Alyssa, camera in hand, is constantly snapping photos. They explore Arches National Park, marveling at its iconic formations. Landscape arch, double arch, delicate arch. The relative silence, broken only by wind and bird song, fosters an intimacy that words couldn't capture. It allows for a different kind of connection, one based on shared presence and observation.
And this trip provides a fascinating contrast of their worlds, too. Alyssa shares stories from her modeling adventures in exotic locations, and Derek recounts his musical journey, detailing the struggles and triumphs of pursuing his passion. Their shared vulnerability deepens their connection as they open up about insecurities and fears, something often easier in new, shared environments that break routine.
But then comes the unforeseen twist. A sudden, violent thunderstorm. It turns the canyons into a raging torrent. Yeah. The sky turns ominous, unleashing a deluge of rain that transforms the trail into a muddy, treacherous path. Their Jeep becomes a potential hazard, as slick, muddy slopes threaten to send them sliding into a ravine. This abrupt shift from planned romance to unexpected peril is a powerful narrative device representing those real-life adversity shocks that relationships inevitably face.
And in this moment of danger, Alyssa's calmness and resourcefulness really shine through. She immediately directs Derek through the treacherous terrain, demonstrating leadership and practical skills. They huddle together under a rocky overhang for warmth and protection, and they find this odd sense of exhilaration and mutual reliance. The storm and its ferocity paradoxically brings them closer, forging a bond beyond mere survival. It highlights how shared crisis can accelerate intimacy.
Alyssa's quick thinking truly saves them. Remembering a side trail, her uncanny sense of direction leads them on an arduous trek through rough terrain toward the secluded cabin she remembers seeing on a map. Derek carries the heavier bags, while Alyssa, with her determination, blazed the trail. They faced moments of doubt, moments of fear, and moments of exhaustion, but they supported each other, ultimately persevering. This demonstrates interdependence in action, where each partner's strengths complement the others in a crisis.
The novel calls this a transformative experience. The trip hadn't gone as planned, but it strengthened their bond in ways we couldn't have imagined. Life's unexpected detours, the setting storms, are what ultimately lead to deeper understanding. So what does this all mean for you, our listener? This Utah adventure isn't just a fun road trip gone wrong. It's a powerful analogy for how crises can reveal the true strength of a relationship. It's not about avoiding storms, but about how you navigate them together. As someone who studies these dynamics, what's a common unexpected detour in real-world relationships that truly tests a couple's resilience? Maybe something less dramatic than a flash flood.
That's a great question. Often it's not a single dramatic storm, but maybe a series of micro-crises or chronic stressors, things like an unexpected job loss, a prolonged family illness, or even significant cultural adjustments when one partner moves to another country. These situations, much like Derek and Alyssa's experience, strip away superficial layers. They force couples to rely on each other, often revealing hidden strengths and vulnerabilities. The key isn't really the type of storm, but the response to it, that communal coping, where partners frame the challenge as our problem rather than my problem or your problem.
Exactly. When they reflect on the storm later, Alyssa calmly says, "It wasn't so bad," to which Derek exclaims, "We almost died." Their shared laughter shows their differing perspectives, but also their growth in being able to find humor in past adversity. The storm stripped away the layers of apprehension and uncertainty, revealing their strengths and vulnerabilities. Alyssa's resilience and resourcefulness are apparent, and Derek shows a surprising level of practicality, maybe even a touch of heroism in his efforts.
And this shared ordeal leads to even deeper intimacy and open communication. They spent hours dissecting the experience, discussing little things like the comforting warmth of our huddled bodies and sharing laughter over ridiculous stories. Barriers fall, allowing them to share their dreams, aspirations, anxieties. Alyssa reveals her passion for environmental activism and her dream of a sustainable fashion line, while Derek shows his struggles as an artist. This post-crisis debriefing is vital. It's where the emotional processing and integration of the shared experience truly happens, transforming a stressful event into a bonding one.
So by the end of the adventure, their safe arrival at the hotel feels monumental. It wasn't the romantic getaway they envisioned, but a crucible, forging a bond stronger than anything I had ever experienced. Alyssa concludes they've made truly unforgettable memories, and Derek adds, unbelievably strong connection, just the beginning. This trip wasn't just a vacation, it was a profound test that deepened their love and resilience, solidifying their trust. Okay, so after the transformative Utah adventure, a new kind of challenge arises. Career crossroads. The drive back from Utah feels longer, heavy with these unspoken anxieties. The vast differences in their careers highlight the chasm that separated their realities. Alyssa's world is meticulously planned shoots and international travel. Derek's is cramped vans and sweaty gigs. This isn't just a difference in lifestyle, it's a potential clash of fundamental life paths.
And Derek faces significant career anxiety. His band, Renegade Rhythm, is good, but, good wasn't enough to pay the bills, let alone support the lifestyle Alyssa's accustomed to. He feels this unspoken expectation about her accustomed lifestyle. The cold dread of abandoning music, his passion, his escape, his identity, is a crushing burden. He struggles with the idea of compromising his dreams for her. This tension between individual self-actualization and relational commitment is a profound theme in long-term partnerships. It illustrates the core of self-determination theory, where autonomy is a basic psychological need.
He starts this internal struggle, spending hours scrolling through job postings for positions completely unrelated to music. Each option feels alien and strangely depressing, a betrayal of my artistic soul. He grapples with the fear of failure and the prospect of trading his dreams for a life of quiet desperation. It's an incredibly relatable fear for anyone passionate about their work.
And their conversations, which were once effortless, become strained, filled with awkward tension. The vibrant spark seems to dim, shadowed by Derek's unspoken anxieties. He worries his indecision, his internal struggle, is pushing Alyssa away. This demonstrates how unexpressed anxieties can create emotional distance even when no direct conflict has occurred. The locus of control here shifts inward for Derek, burdening him with a problem he hasn't fully shared.
It's Alyssa who takes the initiative, though. She senses the unspoken tension. During a silent movie night, she gently asks, "Derek, what's wrong?" Her words become a lifeline, pulling him back from despair, reminding him that this wasn't just about my career, it was about us, about our future together. She urges him to be practical, but clarifies she isn't asking him to abandon music. She actively helps him refine his online portfolio and connects him to her network, demonstrating proactive, supportive communication rather than just passive observation.
But then, a life-altering opportunity comes for Alyssa. Her agent, Paris, offers a career-defining, life-altering Maison de Luxe contract. It's a dream. High-end fashion shows in Milan, magazine cover shoots in New York, propelling her to unprecedented heights. However, it requires relocation to Milan, thousands of miles away from Derek. This shifts the relational burden, making it their career crossroads, not just his.
And this news creates immense inner turmoil for Alyssa. She's torn between the mix of anticipation and dread. The very real possibility of losing him sends a wave of nausea over her. She knows this decision could shatter everything they've built. It illustrates the profound emotional stakes involved in balancing personal ambition with relationship stability.
When she shares the news with Derek, she braces for the worst. But instead, she sees concern. He acknowledges her dream, saying, "This is incredible, you deserve this," but then whispers, with profound weight, "Milan, that's a long way away." The unspoken words about distance and uncertainty hang heavy between them. His quiet observation underscores the immediate relational challenge this opportunity presents.
But Derek's response is, well, it's a profound act of sacrifice and commitment. It truly exemplifies active commitment. He surprises Alyssa. He's already secured a short-term residency at a small venue in Milan.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he confesses, vulnerably, "I could follow you to Milan, at least for a while." His willingness to uproot his life, despite his own uncertainty and the precarity of his band's future, it speaks volumes of his commitment. It's not just a declaration, it's a tangible action.
This is such a pivotal moment. It truly exemplifies love as a verb. Derek isn't just saying he'll be there, he's showing it, making concrete sacrifices. This raises an important question for all of us, right? In relationships, how do we balance personal ambition with shared commitment, especially when major career opportunities arise? It shows that commitment isn't static, but an ongoing active choice. It requires partners to repeatedly evaluate and realign their individual trajectories with their shared vision, often through significant personal compromise.
But despite Derek's commitment, adjusting to Milan is tough for both of them. Alyssa finds the glamorous fashion world isolating despite the initial excitement. Derek struggles with the competitive Milan music scene, the language barrier, and playing smaller venues that are a far cry from his usual concert halls. The initial honeymoon phase of the move quickly gives way to the realities of a new, challenging environment.
They find solace in each other, though. Their shared struggles forge a deeper connection. Late-night calls become their lifeline. They share stories, his of Italian music, hers of photo shoots, and find these small moments of normalcy, like cooking meals together, even with Derek's clumsiness creating bursts of laughter. These mundane shared activities become disproportionately important in managing the stress of a challenging environment.
Derek provides unwavering mutual support, too. He waits for Alyssa with pasta after her grueling photo shoots, listening patiently to her day. He acknowledges the pressures she's under and offers a steady hand to lean on. That emotional labor of being present and validating her experiences is such a crucial aspect of relational support.
And this period also spurs Derek's growth. He starts taking Italian lessons, networking with local musicians. His music gains a new dimension, blending American roots with Italian sounds. His songs begin to speak of their journey and the challenges they've overcome, showing how adversity can fuel creativity. Meanwhile, Alyssa's career soars with the Maison de Luxe campaign, catapulting me to international recognition. She learns to embrace challenges and trust her instincts, demonstrating her own resilience.
But with Alyssa's increasing success, mounting pressure and strain reemerge. It's not always easy when success isn't balanced, is it? Her success contrasts with Derek's struggles, creating a chasm widening with each passing day. Their initial optimism is slowly replaced by a silent, unspoken resentment. It illustrates the subtle erosion that can occur when success is unevenly distributed within a partnership.
Yeah, that's a tough dynamic. Alyssa reaches a breaking point, confessing to Derek in exhaustion and self-pity. I don't know if I can do this anymore, Derek. This distance, it's killing me. This raw honesty marks a critical turning point. Simultaneously, Derek faces a London opportunity, a golden ticket to escape Milan, but it means leaving Alyssa. His music loses its spark as he grapples with the ethical dilemma of prioritizing his career over the relationship's immediate needs.
This leads to a crucial compromise and renewed hope. Alyssa, demonstrating her commitment, actually postpones the Paris contract to prioritize their relationship. She explores more sustainable, less frenetic work that allows for more flexibility.
Wow.
And Derek, energized by her decision, focuses on smaller Milanese gigs, rediscovering his pure love for music without the intense pressure of global tours. This mutual adjustment becomes the bedrock of their renewed commitment.
The change in their dynamic is described as palpable. Laughter and shared dreams replace anxieties and unspoken resentments. The distance begins to feel less like a chasm and more like a bridge they are actively building together. While loneliness still creeps in, it's fleeting. They learn to communicate their needs more effectively, moving towards explicit communication of needs rather than relying on assumption. Derek lands a significant step with a recording contract, and Alyssa shares his joy. Her new campaign aligns with conscious modeling, and her success is framed as about the growth and fulfillment we shared as a couple, emphasizing relational success over individual metrics.
Their conversations about the future gain newfound clarity. Distance becomes a test, a crucible in which our love was refined, strengthened. They begin considering moving in together, transforming abstract hopes into concrete plans. Ultimately, they write their own story, a testament to love, resilience, and the unwavering belief in their bond, proving that challenges can indeed be growth opportunities. Okay, so after all those career crossroads and difficult compromises, the unspoken decision finally solidifies. Derek's album release means extensive global touring, and Alyssa's Milan career lacks that geographic flexibility. The gravity of the situation, the realization of prolonged separation, truly sets in.
And Alyssa makes a significant leap of faith. She declares, I can handle London. Now, this isn't presented as just a romantic notion. It's a pragmatic decision, a compromise born out of love and ambition. It's described as a daring act of surrender to fate, but more importantly, a conscious choice to prioritize the relationship. It's a necessary step to keep their bond intact and bridge that geographic chasm.
But the logistics become a nightmare, right? A chaotic ballet of flight bookings, visa applications, and apartment hunting. There are moments of despair, of doubt, riddled with tears and frustration. But amidst the chaos, a quiet strength, a resilience grows stronger with each hurdle. This highlights the sheer administrative load that LDRs often carry, far beyond just the emotional connection.
Absolutely. Alyssa's London apartment is small, sparsely furnished, a far cry from her Milan flat. Yet, it holds the promise of proximity to Derek. She wakes each morning knowing he's closer, his world now tangibly intertwined with hers. The first few weeks are blissful, a whirlwind of stolen moments and fleeting encounters, hurried kisses, whispered promises. They find solace in simple things: coffee, walks in Hyde Park, silly movies. These ear engagement periods are vital for reconnecting physically and emotionally after separation.
Recognizing the immense challenges inherent in their situation, they take a proactive and often overlooked step. They seek professional help. They attend online couples therapy sessions.
That's smart.
Yeah, it provides a safe space to express fears, helping them develop strategies to navigate the challenges, to communicate effectively, and also to maintain individual autonomy. It shows a commitment to growth and problem solving, not just riding out the emotional connection.
And the process is not easy. It involves hard conversations, tears, compromises, and a lot of patience. But their unwavering commitment, a stubborn refusal to let distance define or diminish our love, keeps them going. Slowly they adjust, establishing routines and carving out specific times for video calls and virtual dates. They engage in shared activities like watching movies simultaneously or taking virtual cooking classes, demonstrating those adaptive behaviors for shared presence.
And small gestures become beacons of hope, handwritten letters and a care package filled with little things that reminded me of him. These tangible reminders counteract the emotional abstraction of digital-only communication. They also learn to embrace time apart, valuing individual autonomy. Alyssa pursues photography, and Derek writes music, drawing inspiration from his experiences. Their individual journeys are intertwined but distinct, reinforcing that a strong relationship allows for individual growth.
The distance, though a constant reality, no longer feels insurmountable. It's transformed into a challenge, a test of our love, a catalyst for growth and resilience. They build a bridge of communication, trust, and unwavering commitment, continuously learning, adapting, and growing together. This is the essence of relational resilience, not just bouncing back, but becoming stronger through adversity.
Their intimacy becomes more nuanced too, doesn't it? Redefining itself beyond physical touch. It's woven into the smallest of gestures and the most profound of conversations. They schedule date nights with candlelight and favorite foods, even cooking together virtually. Virtual movie marathons become cherished, shared experiences, emphasizing experiential intimacy in a remote context.
And technology truly becomes their confidant and bridge. They use a shared online calendar to schedule calls, send voice notes, little digital love letters, sharing snippets of their lives. These become cherished routines. Tangible expressions of love, like carefully chosen physical gifts, a box of his favorite key, a first edition book, become treasured symbols of their connection. They even engage in shared experiences from afar, like reading books simultaneously or listening to the same albums, creating a sense of togetherness and a shared space in our minds, despite physical separation.
Crucially, they also learn the importance of personal space and autonomy, recognizing they are complete individuals who need to nurture their individual lives and growth. This isn't just about becoming one, it's about two strong, distinct individuals choosing to be together and respecting each other's independence.
And reaffirming the challenges. That first real fight over the missed call is revisited in the novel as a key learning moment. It's that simmering resentment fueled by unanswered texts and a growing sense of disconnect, with both swamped by their careers. Accusations and anxieties are laid bare, representing a breakdown in communication protocols.
Yeah.
This fight becomes a turning point. Derek's song, that silent apology, prompts them to proactively schedule regular check-ins, differentiating between healthy personal space and unhealthy detachment. This raises an important question. When a relationship faces significant challenges, particularly those imposed by external circumstances, how do couples adapt and innovate their communication to survive and even thrive? Their journey is really a masterclass in resilient intimacy. It shows how small, consistent efforts redefine connection and transform obstacles into opportunities for deeper understanding.
And this leads to new, expanded forms of connection. They start that joint online journal, a shared space for vulnerability and intimacy, for deep emotional sharing. They continue physical exchanges beyond gifts, like postcards and trinkets, keeping the tangible connection alive. They engage in virtual concerts and cooking sessions, blurring the lines between their separate physical spaces.
Their resilience and growth are evident. They build trust and commitment, brick by brick, conversation by conversation, gesture by gesture. The challenges only strengthen their resolve, deepening their understanding. Distance, once a formidable obstacle, became a catalyst for growth, forcing them to develop robust communication and coping strategies they might not have otherwise.
But despite their progress, continuing challenges persist. The novel is realistic about that. There are moments of frustration, loneliness, and doubt. Missed calls still happen, and the lingering lack of physical presence is always felt. It's important to acknowledge that LDRs are never completely free of these pressures.
But they learn to overcome these challenges through strategic action. Derek's soothing balm of a voice listens patiently and validates Alyssa's feelings. He proposes a schedule that incorporated time for both our careers and our relationship, moving from reactive apologies to proactive planning. They implement practical strategies, scheduling calls as important appointments on shared online calendars, and enjoying online games and virtual dinners, making their virtual interactions intentional and valued.
Derek's unwavering support becomes an anchoring love, a calming influence that reminds Alyssa of their connection, especially during moments of doubt or stress in her career. Their relationship becomes a delicate dance between independence and interdependence, a fluid balance of individual pursuits and shared existence.
And technology plays a crucial role, doesn't it? Video chat for intimacy, shared playlists, bridging worlds, and digital spaces allowing for free expression. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow, building a foundation of trust, understanding, and unwavering love. Their love story isn't a fairy tale, it's a real-life testament to the power of commitment and resilience forged through intentional effort and adaptation.
Okay, so after all those long-distance challenges, Derek plans a truly special event. a surprise visit to Salt Lake City for Alyssa. He manages to secure a few days off from the band's rigorous schedule, a feat that feels almost miraculous given his demanding tour life. This act itself is such a powerful nonverbal communication of commitment.
It really is. His anticipation is palpable, his heart hammered with excitement and apprehension. He meticulously plans every detail, replaying conversations, focusing on her favorite spots. He wants it to be perfect, to see the surprise dawn on her face. This anticipatory joy is a significant psychological component of LDRs, where future meetings become powerful motivators and anchors.
And the moment of reunion is just as impactful. He walks up to her apartment, heart thrumming with excitement and a healthy dose of fear. The door opens, and Alyssa stands there, her eyes wide with pure, unadulterated joy as they land on him. He holds out sunflowers. Her breathless, you flew here, speaks volumes. It illustrates the profound emotional impact of unexpected, tangible effort.
Immediate intimacy follows. She pulls him into her cozy apartment, which is described as a sanctuary. They stand there for a long moment, simply holding each other, the silence filled with unspoken emotions, relief, joy, and profound contentment. The physical distance that had separated them finally seems insignificant in that moment, underscoring how physical reunion reestablishes that sense of here and now intimacy.
The next few days are a whirlwind of shared moments, a condensed period of reconnection. They spend hours talking, revisiting shared memories, and exploring the city together hand in hand. Quiet evenings are spent curled on the sofa, losing themselves in each other's company. These focused ear engagement periods are essential for bridging the gap created by sustained absence.
And a particularly intimate balcony conversation allows them to share their deepest fears, anxieties, hopes, dreams, vulnerabilities. Alyssa confesses, "I was so worried, I felt like I was losing you again." This raw honesty, offered in a moment of physical closeness, strengthens their bond by directly addressing the lingering insecurities of an LDR.
In the morning intimacy, Derek watches her sleep, mesmerized, finding these stolen glimpses of her peaceful slumber more precious than any grand gesture. Their morning kiss is described as tender, lingering, filled with a depth of emotion that words couldn't capture. This highlights how reestablishing physical closeness allows for a different, often profound, dimension of intimacy to reemerge.
Their days are filled with shared activities. They hike in the foothills, enjoy a romantic Italian dinner, walk along the river, visit an art gallery, and cook together. The simplicity of these shared moments is profound, precisely because they've been so rare. They are actively co-creating their shared life, even in a temporary space, solidifying their compatibility beyond just virtual interactions.
But the bittersweet departure inevitably arrives. The final day is filled with a gentle sadness. The goodbye isn't tearful, but a promise of a reunion, an acknowledgement of the miles, but also of the unbreakable bond holding them together. This shift from despair to hopeful anticipation reflects their learned resilience.
Post-visit, Derek reflects on the plane, Alyssa's image etched into my memory. Amidst the tour chaos, her presence lingers. He even calls her after a grueling show, confessing loneliness, and she listens, sharing her struggles. This vulnerability, even when physically separated, deepens my love and respect for her. It demonstrates that the emotional connection can be maintained and strengthened even without physical presence, through vulnerable disclosure.
Their sustained connection continues to evolve, defying challenges. Nightly video calls and virtual dates become rituals. The novel makes a fascinating point that the absence of physical proximity surprisingly increased the intimacy, perhaps by forcing them to develop deeper emotional and intellectual bonds. They confront fears. Alyssa's fear of the relationship crumbling, Derek's fear of not being enough. They reaffirm their commitment, actively countering doubt with intentional reassurance.
The anticipation of next visits fuels them. Visits become precious sanctuaries where they rediscovered each other anew each time. Their shared history, their childhood memories, are the foundation upon which our current love was built, providing a consistent narrative of their enduring connection amidst change.
And just as Derek surprised Alyssa, she surprises him later in the novel, right? Alyssa surprises Derek backstage during his tour, a tangible demonstration of her willingness to fight for us, mirroring his earlier gesture and reinforcing that mutual effort. These reciprocal acts of commitment are crucial. These encounters lead to scheduling longer visits, carefully coordinating their schedules to rebuild their bond. Regular check-ins foster deeper intimacy and understanding, moving them towards a truly interdependent relationship.
Their love is portrayed as a commitment that requires work to compromise, to navigate the complexities. They become each other's support system, our safe harbor, our haven amidst the storm. The distance refines and strengthens their love, making the anticipation of future moments even more profound. They've become experts in relational problem solving within the unique context of their LDR. Hashtag the unfolding future, a home and beyond.
Okay, so the conversation inevitably turns to the future, a topic Derek initiates. He calls it terrifying, unpredictable, possibly impossible, but one he's determined to make possible. This shifts from simply navigating an LDR to actively creating a shared future, which is a much larger commitment.
Absolutely. They dive into the practicalities with optimism. Derek considers shorter, more concentrated tours, which means less income initially, a sacrifice he's willing to make for the relationship. Alyssa explores commercial work and online collaborations for more flexibility. Their conversations gain new intensity. They're researching cities, comparing rental markets, even creating a shared Google Doc for detailed planning. This collaborative problem-solving is such a hallmark of successful, enduring partnerships.
Their relationship evolves into a powerful partnership, a united front against the uncertainties. They become each other's anchors, celebrating successes and comforting during disappointments. The planning itself becomes a bonding experience as they envision building a life together, brick by brick, dream by dream. This shared vision is a powerful motivator, transforming logistical challenges into shared milestones.
But Derek reaches a breaking point during his tour. He experiences this gnawing loneliness and realizes this isn't working. He calls Alyssa, expressing the toll the constant touring was taking. This is a critical moment of vulnerable transparency, admitting his limits.
That takes guts.
It does. And Alyssa confirms she's been thinking about this too, demonstrating mutual attunement. The idea emerges, a radical shift to regional gigs for Derek and less demanding modeling for Alyssa. This isn't just compromise, it's a evaluation of life priorities for the sake of the relationship.
This leads to weeks of intentional planning, the move discussing cities, analyzing finances, ensuring career goals align. This process itself is described as a form of intimacy, as it requires deep alignment of values and future aspirations. Alyssa considers Utah, and they explore Salt Lake City, then compromise on Park City for its balance of scenery and a burgeoning music scene. They find a solution that caters to both their needs and career aspirations.
Finding the apartment becomes an adventure in itself. They envision their future home, imagining cozy evenings and shared meals. Finally, they find a charming two-bedroom apartment in Park City that feels like coming home. This tangible act of creating a shared home signifies the culmination of their journey and the embodiment of their shared future. It's a physical space that mirrors their established emotional bond.
The move and settling in is described as a whirlwind, a period of intense activity and adjustment. Alyssa documents it through photography and Derek through music, deepening their connection through shared creative expression of their new life. Unpacking, decorating, celebrating small victories become part of their creative partnership, making the mundane acts of settling in feel meaningful.
And their Park City life flourishes. Alyssa's photography business thrives with local businesses and workshops, allowing her to pursue her passion more locally. Derek's music gains traction with his band High Country Harmony, becoming a local favorite and even landing a record deal. It demonstrates that compromise doesn't necessarily mean sacrificing individual success, but maybe redefining it.
Their daily life balances individual ambitions with shared passions. They enjoy hiking, skiing, and volunteering at an animal shelter, integrating their relationship into their community. One evening, Alyssa asks Derek, "Do you ever think about how different things could have been?" And Derek replies, "I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world." This mutual affirmation underscores their contentment with the path they've forged together.
And their extended families fully integrate, embracing their relationship and blending different cultures and personalities, solidifying their broader support network. The final scene depicts their cabin in the mountains, adorned with Alyssa's photographs. Derek's music thrives. Their life is described as a tapestry woven with threads of shared dreams, hard work, and a love that was unwavering. It's a testament to the power of intentional partnership.
It really brings us back to that first glance in Ogden, Utah, doesn't it? The journey from childhood crushes to overcoming these monumental career and distance challenges is just incredible. What stands out to you about how their love evolved from that initial spark into such a resilient, intentional partnership?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, their story isn't really about finding a perfect path, is it? It's about the consistent conscious choice to adapt and grow together.
It highlights that true fulfillment isn't necessarily found in external validation like sold-out stadiums or high-fashion campaigns, but maybe in the quiet whisper of their love and the shared adventure of building a life. This raises an important question for all of us, I think. What seemingly small conscious efforts in your own relationships, whether it's proactive communication, mutual compromise, or simply celebrating those mundane moments, might be the building blocks for an enduring, extraordinary connection, one capable of weathering any storm and fostering true resilience. #outro.
And there you have it, a deep dive into first love miles later. We've unpacked Derek and Alyssa's journey from that electrifying moment in Ogden all the way to building a life together amidst the stunning backdrop of Park City. We've seen how their initial spark ignited a profound connection, leading them through the intricate dance of long-distance communication, external pressures, and some really difficult career compromises. Their story serves as a powerful testament to how active commitment, vulnerable disclosure, and unwavering support can transform obstacles into opportunities for deeper, more resilient intimacy.
Indeed. Their narrative underscores that love, in its truest form, is an active process of building, adapting, and integrating lives. Even when those lives seem worlds apart initially, it's about finding strength in shared challenges, cultivating new forms of intimacy when physical proximity is absent, and consistently making conscious choices for the well-being of the partnership. It's really a powerful blueprint for enduring connection.
So, what does this all mean for you, our curious listener? As you reflect on Derek and Alyssa's path, perhaps you'll consider the connections in your own life, those long dormant ones, or maybe those currently facing their own miles. What might a renewed commitment to intentionality, transparent communication, and shared vulnerability unlock for you? How much are you willing to compromise for that truly profound connection? And what proactive steps can you take to build a relationship that flourishes through adversity? We hope this deep dive has given you plenty to mull over and perhaps even inspire a new perspective on the power of committed love. Until next time, keep digging deeper.